Have you ever had the feeling that you've encountered someone before, even though you're meeting them for the very first time? You pick up on their unique energy, and even though you can't quite identify what feels so strangely familiar, your heart insists that it's something noteworthy. This is déjà vu, and many people believe it's a reflection of your past lives resonating within the depths of your consciousness. This peculiar phenomenon isn't limited to people. You might visit a place and feel as though you've been there before, or find yourself in a situation that gives you the sense that you've already gone through it. While science labels it as a glitch in memory, spiritual leaders and sages have long upheld the belief that the spirit endures through many lifetimes of reincarnation until it eventually achieves salvation. Today we're going to uncover the truth about reincarnation and how you can gain clarity about your past lives and use that wisdom to your advantage in this life and beyond. By the end of this video, you will have learned a special 3-step meditation technique that will assist you in all your spiritual goals, including your desire to explore your past lives. But first, let's start with a question. Do you know what sets you apart from an animal? What makes you special as a human being? It's your ability to think, reflect, and consciously evolve until you eventually reach your higher self, the part of you that exists beyond the physical world. Without this reflection and learning, you remain at your base level, driven by animal instincts. But how many people do we actually see evolving in their thought processes and consciousness? Perhaps only a few. You may have heard stories about such individuals, but you might not have met one in person. This is because humanity has forgotten its purpose, its dharma, and has become entangled in a web of survival emotions: fear, greed, competition, deceit. The relentless pursuit of progress at the expense of others' well-being is not what defines a human, nor were we endowed with superior mental faculties to squander our potential by behaving like animals. Animals are driven by their instinct to survive, and their entire existence revolves around that. Nature has programmed them to think only about safety and reproduction. This is nature's way of ensuring the continuation of species at all costs. But for humans, it's different. Humans can rise above survival instincts and strive for more. However, the modern world is designed in such a way that your reptilian brain is always activated, keeping your focus on immediate threats and discomforts instead of creating meaningful, long-term change. Until you realize that you are more than your fear and ego, you cannot progress and tap into your extraordinary potential. Everything and everyone in this universe serves a unique purpose. Nothing exists without reason. There is a divine intelligence orchestrating this grand play. Everything fills a void in the universe. So, have you ever considered what your higher purpose might be? The money, success, and relationships you seek are one aspect, but the other is your spiritual evolution, which has been ongoing for eternity. You are not just a body but a soul wearing flesh to play a role in this dimension. There are infinite other dimensions, and your soul has experienced many of them. Through each lifetime, your soul has gathered important lessons from unique experiences and adventures. These lessons are your true treasure, the only thing you carry with you when you transition between dimensions, and the only thing you will take with you when you leave your human form behind on this planet. This is your most prized possession on this eternal journey. So, is there anything more important than learning about the deep wisdom that is etched into the fabric of your spirit? Certainly not. The past lives you've experienced are a rich source of insights that could profoundly alter the course of your current life and prepare you for spiritual enlightenment. This leads us to the next pressing question, which many people and critics of reincarnation often ask: if our past lives are such a vital source of information, why don't we remember them? Why does it require hypnosis or deep meditation to uncover truths that are so integral to our spiritual development? Why do we forget them in the first place? The truth is, we don't need to remember every detail. We only need the lessons learned. Reliving memories of past lives can be painful. You may have committed grave wrongs or been a victim of great injustice. If your mind consciously remembered every detail of those events, you wouldn't be able to live as you do now. You might be overwhelmed by anxiety, guilt, or deep sadness that could hinder your ability to function as a normal human in this lifetime. Hans Wilhelm, a revered author, explains that through divine mercy, we are deliberately shielded from those details so that we can continue our lives in this realm normally. Additionally, by entering this realm of time and space, our capacity to understand other dimensions has been greatly diminished. For example, scientists and philosophers acknowledge that time is neither linear nor real. Yet we cannot live our lives on this planet without regarding time as linear and one-directional. You might glimpse timelessness in deep trance states, but living without time is nearly impossible for our senses, which are so accustomed to this environment. Similarly, there are many truths that we are simply incapable of understanding due to our limited perception. So the veil of forgetfulness between us and our past lives is not a mistake but a deliberate creation by divine intelligence to give us the best chance of thriving in this lifetime. As for accessing important lessons from past lives, there are many ways to achieve that, and we'll explore those shortly. In the field of past life regression, Dr. Brian Weiss is a highly regarded name. He is a hypnotist who has worked with thousands of people to help them access their past lives. In his book Many Lives, Many Masters, Weiss discusses the concept of reincarnation, of which he was initially a skeptic. However, during a hypnosis session, one of his patients, Catherine, regressed to a past life. She not only spoke about her soul's journey but also provided specific details about Weiss's family, which were completely accurate. This convinced Weiss that we are indeed eternal souls journeying through various lifetimes and dimensions. We go through infinite cycles of birth, death, and rebirth to learn from our experiences. A soul chooses a particular physical experience to be born into so that it can gather the lessons it needs for its evolution. Once these lessons are learned, the soul leaves the mortal body what we perceive as death in our limited understanding. But since everything in the universe is energy, the soul is a pure, unadulterated essence. It was never born and will never die, but will manifest in infinite forms to acquire wisdom. A soul's karma is the record of all the actions it has performed and their consequences. If a soul has harmed another, it may escape the consequences in one lifetime, but not forever. The soul will eventually choose to be reborn to correct the wrongs and learn the underlying lessons. Dr. Weiss suggests that groups of souls tend to reincarnate together repeatedly until they have sufficiently worked on their karma. The closest relationships that test us the most might hold the biggest lessons we need to learn on an energetic level. Interestingly, another highly acclaimed psychologist and hypnotherapist, Michael Newton, discussed the same idea in his book, lending further credence to this concept. Michael says, "When clients tell me how much they suffered from the actions of family members, my first question to their conscious mind is if you had not been exposed to this person as a child, what would you now lack in understanding?" It may take some time, but the answer lies within us. There are spiritual reasons for why we are raised around certain people as children, just as other people are designated to be near us as adults. If you're constantly in conflict with a family member or loved one, it's time to stop and reflect. Is there a lesson for both of you to learn? This perspective can fundamentally change how you view your interactions with others. The original nature of every human is the pure light of God. That's where we originate, and that's where we find our destination. When a soul deviates from God, it creates layers that block the pure light. The thicker these layers become, the longer it takes to remove them. This is why many souls keep reincarnating, trying to undo the layers of programming and negativity they have accumulated over lifetimes. In Hinduism and Buddhism, the cycle of birth, death, and rebirth is called Samsara. This cycle is what Buddha referred to as suffering, because when a soul is repeatedly reincarnating, it is unable to achieve its true purpose, moksha, or ultimate union with the divine. Suffering arises from desire and attachment. A powerful tool to not only understand your past lives, but also break the cycle of suffering is daily meditation. Meditation slows down racing thoughts and clears the noise, allowing you to connect with your deeper consciousness, far beyond the chaotic layers of the conscious mind. To begin your meditation practice, find a quiet, serene place where you won't be disturbed. Sit with your shoulders straight and your spine tall, which will help you focus during meditation. Take a deep breath in, hold it for a moment, and then exhale. As you complete your first breath, gently close your eyes. The first step of this special meditation is to visualize all the healing frequencies like love, bliss, and enlightenment entering your body with each inhale. With every exhale, see your body releasing all negativity. With each breath, you will feel progressively calmer as the heavy emotions and energies slowly leave your body, making space for inner stillness and communion with the divine. After achieving a deeper level of awareness through breathing, it's time for the second step, opening your Akashic records. These records are the energetic log of your soul, containing all the information you need to grow and prosper spiritually. Accessing the Akashic records not only primes you spiritually but also provides answers that can profoundly impact your material life. Set an intention to download useful information from the Akashic records. With this intention in mind, focus on your third eye, the spiritual portal to higher dimensions, located in the center of your forehead. To open this portal, focus your breath on it. As you inhale, imagine that all the energy is being projected onto your third eye. Visualize this area being energized and rejuvenated by your powerful breath. The longer you breathe into this area, the faster the activation of the third eye will occur. But don't expect to get it right on your first try. Think of it like building muscle at the gym. It requires time and daily effort to see results. This is why every spiritual master has advocated daily meditation. Without consistency, you cannot achieve the spiritual evolution you seek. After focusing on your third eye for a few minutes, it's time for the third and final step of your meditation, opening your heart to be receptive to love and blessings from the infinite intelligence. Love is the essence of everything. It's the frequency at which the universe hums, the vibration of God. In your quest to release karmic debt and detach from suffering, love is the energy you need to fully embrace. Bring your attention to the center of your chest, where your heart chakra is located. Breathe into your heart a few times, as you did to activate your third eye, and then cultivate an emotion of forgiveness for everyone and everything, including yourself, your past, and those who may have caused you pain. What is true forgiveness? It's understanding that each being has its own learning process and is entitled to mistakes, just as you are. The growth process isn't perfect, and you must recognize that, so you don't hold on to resentment for imagined wrongs. Finally, send love to everyone you know. As you do this, you'll notice your heart area expanding, as if it's filling up with the positivity and radiance of love. This is the exact feeling you should aim for by the end of your meditation, so that you firmly plant the seed of love in your mind and soul. Practice this meditation daily until it becomes a habit. As you delve deeper into each of the 3 steps, the secrets of your past lives will begin to unfold in surprising ways. You'll start to see signs and synchronicities and often feel surrounded by a higher, loving presence. These are indications that you are connecting with your true self, rising above your humanness. Once you've established a routine with your daily meditation, you can start asking specific questions to ascended masters or your spirit guides at the end of your practice, and you'll begin receiving answers, again in the form of signs and synchronicities. Learning about your past lives is a powerful way to align your spiritual wisdom with your advantage. If you don't explore this path, you're missing out on something life-changing. So have you ever had an experience that made you aware of a past life? Share your mystical story in the comments below, and until next time, keep growing and learning.